nasa tanini atong bagong programa no na episode. So before we proceed, click subscribe para makabalo ka sa mga sistema nga angay nimong mahibaw-an no sa Bisaya nga pamaagi. Okay? Kita na. Okay. So today I'm going to discuss Uyog no, muragalinog ba? Or today I'm going to discuss to you how to secure your Wi-Fi home network. So we need to secure our Wi-Fi home network because nowadays a lot of people relying on their jobs, the so-called work from home. So we need to take care of our jobs as well. So here we go. Let's get started. In easy steps. Easy lang kay di man lisod, no? Easy ni siya because for those non-technically minded people na they have their Wi-Fi at home, makarelate sad ni ini, no? Kay kung atong gamitan og mga technical na pod basig mabungog pa no, gamitan na to pinan-network engineer ko no, na mabungog ang mga atong higala na mga accountant nga naay mga wifi sa balay nga naga-work from home, mga non-IT professionals na naga-work from home, na mga admin jobs lang no, naga-work from home, ug katong mga uban pa nga mga naga-work from home, no? Na dili sad mga IT pero nag-char-char lang sa home, no? Sige, para yun ta. Pero don't forget, click subscribe. Okay, so what is this Wi-Fi network that we are going to discuss today? So our Wi-Fi network at home is our gateway to our unsa access to the internet world. Take note, gateway na nimo ha. Moagi ka diha, no? And also, it is always prone, no? Knowing na it is your gateway, it is always prone to accept any traffic, no? Accept any incoming traffic, no? Either malicious or not, no? So, gateway man, so agianan siya to accept malicious codes or viruses from the attackers in the cyberspace. Asa daw? Sa cyberspace. Kanang internet ba? Lapad nungod ka ng internet. Internet is a very broad network of networks, meaning to say sa 60,000 ka connection ang isa ana ka host, ang isa ana nga na belong sa 60,000 connected nag another 1 million ka network. Unya kanang 1 million ka network, ang isa ka node ana connected na sa another 2 billion. So ingon ana ka broad ang internet. So kung naay hacker nga usa ka buok ganaa sa 2 billion network, kaya niyang moadto sa 968 ka network lang nga usaray maigo, kaya niya na. So imagine that how broad when we talk about internet, no? Okay, padayon ta. So karon, Wi-Fi is also what? Subject to exploits, no? And take note, it is always, either we accept it or not, it is always susceptible to online threats. No? Unsa man ang mga online threats, katong gi-mention ako ganina ba, malicious code or viruses, mauto siya, no? Either the attack, it is just within the perimeter, no? What I mean with the perimeter, it is just within the signal coverage, no? Because our Wi-Fi, namo ko na siya signal coverage. So, na siya gitawag na itong mong antenna. This is your antenna. So, while you are here, your device can pick up the signal, no? So, assuming that you move away from the antenna, so you move away, you go farther to any distance, no? Nga imuhang gitindugan, move away ka, still you can get the signal. But that signal, as you move away from the antenna of the wireless router, or some technical terms, if you move away from the access point, no, the signal also degrades, no? Ang signal magkawala, magkawala, magkagamay, magkagamay as you move away from the antenna. So mo ni bantayan na to mga igsuon. So within the perimeter naa din ha ang attacker in patso na po natong network, so we need to secure, no? We need to secure. Ay musaba nga secure na to kay wa na access ang silingan, no? So our Wi-Fi network at home, it could be a wireless router katong gisulti nako, or an access point, no? Access point, wireless router, do not be confused, no, because we are just a typical home user. So these two terms, they are interchangeable, no? Pwede na siya. Pero in a stricter terms na nato sa network engineering, these two, they are not equal, no? Bantay-bantay ta din ha. Okay. So the steps are very easy. No, I think the steps I can only discuss to you is only 7 steps, and the 7th one is partly optional, no? So number 1 is to change the default name of your wireless network. We need to change the name of your wireless network. It is called SSID, Service Set Identifier, no? That's the technical term. But the colloquial term, kanang inato ba, no? Name of your wireless network. Now, why? Because some attackers nowadays, they are guessing the Wi-Fi device that we have. So the moment they know, oh, this one, I know the SSID. Oh, this is one, blah, blah, blah. No? Knowing the default SSID, the default name of the wireless network, no? Your Wi-Fi network. Because every time you set up your hardware, it comes with a default Wi-Fi name, no? And that Wi-Fi name is always broadcasted in the airspace, no? Broadcasted gina siya. Di gina siya pwedeng i-suppress, no? Wa default dili na siya hidden, no? Di siya wa siya gi-hide ba. So, kuan gina siya makakita mo tanan. So knowing the default SSID, like example, D-Link routers, na sila yung mga ilahang name, D-Link, blah, blah, blah. Tenda, blah, blah, blah. TP-Link, blah, blah, blah. No? Linksys, blah, blah, blah. No? Na sila ilahang mga names. So karon, if you change that one, changing your Wi-Fi default name makes it harder for any malicious attacker to know what type of device you are using at home. So number 1 na no. So kung ako ang hacker, maglisod ko guess. So maabtan kog hapon, no? Mag-guess nga kaniling sisang gamit ani kay balay. Abtan na siya hapon. Pait pa gyud abtan pag na siya ugma. Pildi na yang hak-hak, no? So mo to. And number 2 is set always, no? Unsa daw? Always set a strong, no, and unique password to secure your wireless network. Strong yun dapat, no? Mag-strong yun ka mag-laptop para inong kusog ka yung internet ba, no? Mag-strong yun ka. So, strong password, no? Every wireless router, they have their own preset. Unsay gi-preset, ana? Preset with a default username and password. Bantay ha. Every router sa imuhang balay nga gipalit, no, they come with a preset default username and password, of course, for you to log in and do the management. So mao man na. So naay other nga when they set up their wireless router, they become so lazy to change the default because they are always have this assumption in mind na it's safe. I've been doing this for 10 years. Then, nobody gets reported that they've been hacked. No? Nga may nana ng mga assumption ba, no? So, karon, ang worst part, ana, is, kabalo mo, say worst part, ana, the worst part of not changing the default username and password is the hackers could able to guess, no? Because in the internet, there are list of the default password and username. So you will just type the brand and they will provide you everything. No? So impasse na. So what is this strong password that I've been talking about? No, strong password. Strong password, it could be choose at least, at least 20 characters. Some other network engineers, they will say it could not be less than 15 characters. Okay, no? So at least 20, or it could not be less than 15 characters, then that's okay. Uppercase and lowercase, no? Combination of numbers and symbols, no? So that one, it could be very hard, no, for the hacker to brute force your username and password. Brute force attack is one of the ways, no, na pwede kang makaukab og mga password and username. So mo na imong bantayan, ha. Once ma-brute force attack na or dictionary attack, no, daghang kay mga attack karon. So once maigo ka niya ng brute force attack, dali lang niya mag-guess imong password. Namo gyud software mo automate ba, no? Di na ta magisgot anak basig mahadlok na niya mo ako inyong pakunikon sa inyong network, ha. So karon mauna sa daghang mga sistema sa pag-atake. So once you know how to attack, you know the attack, you know also how to block the attack and how to create a fortress on your network, no? You shield your network. So number 3 is to increase your Wi-Fi security by using or triggering the network encryption. So what is this network encryption that I'm talking about? So this time the WPA2 is very common, no? So this WPA2 encrypts your Wi-Fi traffic, no? So gi-encrypt, meaning to say giputos niya imuhang traffic while nag-chat mo sa inyong balay, hi, hello, gi-encrypt na niya imong laptop, musod na sa imong wireless router, gi-encrypt na niya og 128-bit encryption, no? So giputos na niya, mean to say gi-hide niya imuhang mga messages na hello, asa ka, no? Gi-hide na niya, so kung namay mo eavesdrop ana, di siya kakita nga naman encrypted man ang WPA2. But sad to say, WPA2, which is very common nowadays, na discover nga flaw ana atong 2017, no? So there was a discovered flaw of that security standard nga WPA2 encryption standard nga kuan daw kanang ma-hack daw siya ba, no? Na gitawag na to crack, no? WPA2 was tested, no? Gitest na siya. Giunsa siya pag-test, gigamitan siya o gitawag na to og key reinstallation attack, no? Dili na pod brute force attack. Key reinstallation attack. Gisimulate ba karon nakuha man ang katong mga messages, so meaning to say dili na siya reliable. So nowadays there is what we call WPA3, no? It is 192 cryptographic strength encryption, no? Ganina kay 128 man to ko ingon. So kaning WPA3 karon nga gamito nimo sa imong router nga mao nimo password, mo encrypt sa imong mga traffic ug sa imong password, WPA3 192, no? Ang iyahang bit encryption. Ingana ka strong iyahang cryptographic algorithm, no? So cryptographic, when we talk about cryptography is the science of hiding the information or the text. So mao na siya. So na siya mga sikreto ba, itago na ang imuhang gipang type nga hello, asa ka, pwede ta magkita, no? Kanang magigana ba, i-hide na niya pero mabulabog gyapon na sa mga bungoton, ha? So karon gamit ka na pero kanang mo WPA3, it is hardware dependent, no? Not all the routers, no, like mga karaan nga makasupport ana, only newer because kaniyang pisa sa ilawom. Remember what I've mentioned before in my previous video nga naay gitawag na processor, napo na processor ang router nimo sa ilawom, so dapat supported siya ni anang bag-o nga encryption standard, no? So number 4, what's that number 4? Strong administrator password. Unsa ng strong? Use a strong administrator password. Sa asa? Sa imong router, no? When you do the management of your router, remember, there is what we call changing. So, ganina, i-change man to na to. Ganana mo ko ganina, change the default username. Karon, what to change? Unsa akong i-change? Change, unsa? The administrator password. Your administrator password is different from the password sa imuhang Wi-Fi nga network. Take note ha, sa home use nato ng mga router, no, we need to maintain two passwords, no? Atong administrator password is the password that you are going to use the moment you do the management of your router, no? So imuha nang i-change into stronger one. So you know the qualifications of what is a strong password. Di ba? Kabalo na ka? Ato tong gihisgot. So you need to change that one. Because why? If you don't change the strong password, there is what we call brute force attack, dictionary attack. That one, they will be using a software that could automate the guessing of your password, no? So what na sila button, click lang, guess na dito, impatso na pod, no? So remember to change the administrator password of your router, no? So that nobody can make use of your router and do their own desire of configuration. So remember that one. Number 5 is to change your default IP of your router. Your wireless router at home, there is always a default IP. And that IP is used for management of your router. So example, when you do the changing of password, when you do the changing of the name of your wireless network, you need the IP of your router. Other term for the default IP is the management IP. No, you need to know that one and then change the default, because the moment I know the brand of this router, I know the default IP of that one. No, so given again, huh? So the moment I know the brand or the manufacturer of your router, I know the default IP. And knowing those three, and knowing those two, brand, default IP, and there is always a default password and username. So now, I do the God mode of the management already. So that's the problem. And then the other one is you need to set up a guest network, no, for temporary Wi-Fi users like visitors, no. Remember, do not mix your visitors to your home Wi-Fi connection, no. What I mean with the Wi-Fi connection, your internal connection must be isolated from the walk-in or visiting people at home nga makigamit sa atong Wi-Fi, no? They are the so-called temporary Wi-Fi users, no? So they need to be isolated. Why? Because you don't know the device that they are using. Maybe that device is infected with a virus or worm, and then if they belong to our network, it will penetrate to our devices also. So there is what we call paspas nga pagkuyanap sa maong virus ba, no? So dapat you need to isolate them, no? So that we are protected from their devices, no? Ngano man, their devices, we don't know, their devices could be with any malicious software installed, no? So kana ato nang is-set up at home. Number 6, always keep your router's software or firmware up to date. So remember, even our laptop, we have our own operating system, no? Windows 10. So this Windows 10 needs to be updated also, no? That's why there is a Windows update requirement. Our router as well, they have their own operating system. So once their operating systems will be too old, then vulnerabilities will never be get patched. So once the vulnerabilities will always be open to everyone, then your router will be very susceptible to hackers, to any form of online threats. So that's why we need to update the router's software. How do we know that we need to update? In the dashboard, You can find it there, that new software update. Click. No? So you just click, download, click, install, blah, blah, blah. Very easy. No? So we need to update to get patches. No? Vulnerabilities, that I mean the weakness of your router's operating system, the router's firmware. So they need to update as well so that they patch all the vulnerabilities they have. So mao to. Again, neglecting to do this kind of software update will leave an open door for hackers, no? So kinsalay maalaot kita, no? So again, this is a very wise thing to do, no? So we need to do this. And then what I've said lately, that I've mentioned the 7 could be optional. Yes, not all the routers supporting this, no? So number 7, if possible, use routers with built-in threat prevention and antivirus functionality, no? Why? Because that router is your gateway. Then, knowing that this is your gateway, it will accept any incoming and outgoing. No? Outgoing, no problem. Incoming, there is a problem. No? So, incoming, if you use any threat prevention or any antivirus functionality of the router, it will examine the packet going in. No? The packet inbound will be examined by your router. So if the router finds it, this one is suspicious, it will always be dropped or blocked, no? So ma-block na siya or ma-drop. So walay chance makasud, no? So like me for my home use router, I use a router that has this functionality because I'm aware, no? Ang problema man good, if i-allow na to ang malicious incoming, and we can say that only his laptop will be infected, not mine. No, you cannot say that one because you belong to the same network. Chances are you will also get infected. Why? Nowadays, virus or worms, very clever, no? On the system which you do not know, there is what we call reconnaissance. It will scan the entire network and gather some information of those active devices within the same network. And then the moment that your laptop will be recognized by that scanning machine, which becomes a robot already because that machine is already infected with that worm or with that virus. So the moment your machine becomes infected, your machine will turn into a robot. So your machine now will scan also the entire network, and then it will find any active device, within the same network that has an open port, less secure device, Android device, Windows device, and then it will talk using the open ports, and then the vulnerability of your device that you are using as well, it will exploit, and then it will install gradually in the background, which you are not aware. So it is what we call a sharing of malware, no? So we better take note of that one. So now that we know that we need to secure our wireless router or our wireless network, home Wi-Fi network, why we need to secure? Because some also nowadays are just working from home. They need also to secure their jobs, no? Then the moment there is downtime, no work, no pay. Patay, impas. Thank you for watching and see you around in the next video.